Some of the strangest things happen in bed. Just ask my houseboys if you can dig them up. But what of those weird sleep disorders like night terrors, sleep paralysis, sleep eating, and something called sexsomnia? Joining us to discuss all the strange things that happen between the sheets is Dr. Douglas Livornese. He knows apnea, like I know crapnea. Hey, doctor, you're a specialist in sleep medicine. So if someone comes into your office and you're napping, is that research?
Yes, and I can bill them for it.
Really? That's disgusting. Now, I want to talk to you about, I call it sleep paralysis. In your email, you referred to it as the old hag syndrome, or something I like even more, riding the hag. What is riding the hag?
Well, it comes from people waking up and being paralyzed, and they have visions that actually there's some type of entity above them, like a witch, holding them down.
Yeah. Now, this is interesting because it's, I read somewhere that, that this is how gargoyles started, because people would have these dreams of these creatures either at the foot of their bed or right on their chest. Is that true?
Well, actually, the gargoyles came to keep the spirits out. See, that's why you see most gargoyles on the outside of buildings, is to keep the spirits from coming in.
Well, okay, you know, this is the thing. It's not like when we were all kids, we all met and decided we were going to nightmare about the same thing. How is it that all human beings see the same thing, like a ghoulish, crazy old hag? Why is that there?
They don't know, and there's actually a book about this where a guy went through really all around the world, going back hundreds of years, almost every society. They have stories and folklore about this, and they're different.
Yeah.
So, depending on where you are. In some places, it's different entities.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of literature as well about alien abductions, and they say that obviously, all alien abductions are based on mistaking sleep paralysis or hypnagogia for being abducted by aliens. Is that true? I mean, and they won't believe it, though, will they?
Well, they won't. But one of the elements of alien abduction is you're paralyzed.
Yeah.
Almost everyone, they're paralyzed and they're floating, and that's what sleep paralysis is.
Yeah. What the only difference with the and Bill can talk about this about alien abductions is the anal probing, but this doesn't come up with hypnagogia, does it?
No. But he's got a lot of sore points that he's from before, so you could probably ask him.
I blame you, pesky aliens.
Yes.
All hands, you guys.
That was a rather large ET.
Yes.
Yeah. Bend over, doctor's orders.
Exactly. And he didn't enter the room. You actually picked him up. You know, I used to have nightmares. And then a doctor told me to try to wake myself up in these dreams, and they called it lucid dreaming. Is that a common practice? Because I can't do it anymore.
You call that lucid dreaming? Yeah. Whatever you want to call it, it's good for you.
Yeah.
No, you can. A lot of times you're awake already, but you're in that you call it that fugue state.
Yeah.
But you can bring yourself out of it.
What about, I mean, is there any way to treat night terrors, or is it just something you got like sleep paralysis? Like if somebody's in the middle of it, how do you get out of it? It's the most painful, strange experience, and everybody's been
Everybody does a little bit, and there's really no way to fix it. Night terrors is something different. Usually that's more kids, and most people grow out of that.
Yeah. Speaking of which, why is it that only teenage boys sleepwalk? Like I had 3 older sisters. I slept walk all the way up until I was like 12 years old, but my sisters never did. Why is that? Is there a biological reason?
Actually, males have more of these movement disorders than females, and children do it much more than kids. Really, almost all kids. Some studies show up to 50% of kids sleepwalk, but it's about 10% of adults.
Really? Wait, is it an urban myth that you're not supposed to wake people up if they're sleepwalking?
Well, it is, and the problem is what happens, why do people get violent is, how do you wake somebody up? You shake them, and you suddenly get awake, and someone's shaking you, and you're in a weird place, so you fight back. Wow. They're not going to die.
Hey, when people die, and they always say people die in their sleep, I always wondered, they don't really die in their sleep. It's just nobody was around when they died.
Well, does it make noise, I guess, like the tree falling?
Yes. But if you die in your sleep, what are you really dying of?
Well, you're not dying from a sleep disorder. Most likely you're dying from a heart condition.
Or Freddy Krueger.
That's true.
There you go. But you're probably awake, though.
There's no proof. There's no proof that if you die in a dream, because you can't actually follow up on that.
Right.
You know?
There was that movie about that where they were...
Dreamscape. Hey, can you die from not sleeping?
Yes, you can.
Really?
Yeah. They've done it. They did studies with, rats or medical students, because medical students are cheaper than rats. But they fatigued the rats, and every time they went to sleep, they kept waking them up. And you'll actually die quicker from sleep deprivation than you will from water deprivation.
No way.
Yeah. Wasn't there a guy playing video games for like 48 hours and he died?
It's a possibility.
But doesn't the body just shut down no matter how hard you shake the person after a while? Doesn't your body just force you to sleep?
I mean, humans will probably sooner or later sleep, but I mean, rats are kind of close to us. They're mammals like us, and rats, they put them on a little table every time they fall asleep. the table spins and they fall into cold water. And then
That is terrible. I love it, though. Hey, I have one more question. Do you know anybody who can possibly sleep with their eyes open? Is that possible?
Oh, it happens all the time. They do studies, especially like people who drive, truck drivers. Their eyes will be open. They'll be monitoring them, and they micro-sleep. They'll sleep for a few seconds. They look awake, but they have no response.
All right, we got to move on. We'll have you back. I got about another 30, 40 questions for you. Dr. Douglas Livornese, if you have a comment on the show, I screwed up your name again, email us. It's redeye@foxnews.com.